Jimin discusses the future of BTS with Jungkook secretly. The real reason is shocking. In the midst of a wave of enthusiasm from fans who continue to wait for the return of BTS's full activity, a speculation has become a hot topic of discussion among ARMY. The names of Jimin and Jungkook, two members who are known to have a very close relationship since their trainee days, suddenly became the spotlight after various suspicions emerged that both of them often discuss the future of BTS privately and away from the public spotlight. Although there is no official statement confirming the conversation, many fans believe that the friendship that has been established for more than a decade makes Jimin and Jungkook become people who share many things with each other, including their dreams, worries, and hopes for BTS's future journey. For old fans, Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is not something new. Since their debut with BTS in 2013, the two are known as best friends who are often seen supporting each other in various situations. From difficult times as trainees to becoming a global star loved by millions of people around the world, Jimin and Jungkook always show a sincere closeness. However, it is precisely because of the closeness that many people start to wonder. While the members are doing various individual activities and focusing on their own journeys, are Jimin and Jungkook secretly talking about BTS's big steps after all the members gather again? That question is getting stronger because of some moments that are considered unusual by fans. In various broadcasts, interviews, and previously released content, Jimin and Jungkook often give signs that they really missed the time when all BTS members were in the same room. The simple sentences they throw often trigger speculation that there are many talks that are not known to the public about the group's big plans. Many fans believe that Jimin is a very emotional figure when talking about BTS. He revealed several times that the group is not only a workplace, but a family that has accompanied him through various phases of life. Meanwhile, Jungkook, who is known as the youngest member, often shows respect and emotional dependence on the older members. This combination of characters is what makes the assumption about their private conversation feel reasonable for many people. Jimin is known as a person who is full of attention to the people around him, while Jungkook is often described as a figure who keeps many thoughts behind his calm attitude. When two such characters meet in a private conversation, not a few imagine that the topic discussed can be very deep. In the midst of such a situation, many believe that Jimin and Jungkook understand the importance of keeping the direction of the group in line with the values they have held. BTS is not only a big name in the entertainment industry, but also a symbol of hard work, friendship, and long journey built together from a young age. Speculation grew when a number of fans remembered how Jimin once talked about the importance of staying with the members as long as possible. On several occasions, he showed his gratitude for still being able to walk with the people who have become an important part of his life. Such statements make many people feel that BTS's future is something they really think about. Jungkook is not much different. As the youngest member, he grew and developed under the guidance of the members. Many fans believe that BTS has become a second home for Jungkook. Therefore, talking about the future of the group is likely to have a much greater emotional meaning than just a career plan. However, some fans remind that all these speculations must still be viewed wisely. There is no concrete evidence that shows the content of the private conversation between Jimin and Jungkook. What is circulating right now mostly comes from fans' interpretation of various moments that they have seen over the years. Many ARMY imagine that if the conversation really happens, maybe what is discussed is not a big strategy or the next reward target. It could be that what they are talking about are simple things, such as how to keep together, how to keep fans proud, and how to make sure BTS continues to be a comfortable place for all members. Such thoughts feel more emotional when remembering the long journey they have gone through. From a small stage to the world's largest stadium, from simple dreams to achievements that exceed anyone's expectations, BTS has built an incredible history. And behind that history, there is a bond of friendship that is the main foundation of their success. Because of that, every story involving Jimin and Jungkook is always able to attract public attention. Many people not only see them as co-workers in a music group, but also as two friends who grew up together facing unusual life challenges. Until now, the future of BTS is still one of the most anticipated topics by fans around the world. But one thing that seems to be agreed by many people is that whatever happens later, the relationship between the members will still be their greatest strength. And if it's true that one night Jimin and Jungkook sat together talking about the future of BTS secretly, maybe the real reason is not something sensational as many people imagine. Perhaps the reason is much simpler, but more touching, because they both want to make sure that the dreams they have built together since adolescence will continue to live, develop, and bring happiness to the millions of fans who have accompanied their journey so far. Night after night passed, and speculation about the private conversation between Jimin and Jungkook continued to be the subject of heated discussion in various fan communities. But behind all those assumptions, there is a fact that is hard to deny. The relationship they have built over the years has created such a strong trust that many people feel that when the two talk face to face, there must be something important they are thinking about together. In the midst of their respective busyness, journeys as solo artists, and various responsibilities that come along with global fame, Jimin and Jungkook are in a very different phase of life compared to when they first debuted. They are no longer teenagers who only dream of performing on stage. Now they are a figure who has made history in the world music industry. But strangely, the greater the achievements they achieve, the more often the fans see the longing for the past in their every word. The longing is not about returning to be a trainee who lives in limitations. It's not about going back to the time when BTS's name was not yet known to the world. That longing seems to lead more to a simple togetherness. When 7 people sit together in one room, sharing food, joking without burden, and talking about the future without the pressure of millions of pairs of eyes watching their every move. Many fans believe that Jimin is one of the members who feel the change the most. On various occasions, he often shows his emotional side when discussing the members. The usually bright smile sometimes turns into a contemplative look when BTS's name is mentioned. Meanwhile, Jungkook, who has been known as a more quiet figure in expressing his feelings, often shows his longing through small actions. He often mentions the members in live broadcasts, reminiscing about old moments, or just smiling when talking about the days they spent together. Because of that, many people believe that if there is indeed a serious conversation about the future of BTS, Jimin and Jungkook may not only discuss the schedule, album, or concert. They might be discussing something much bigger. They may discuss how to maintain a bond that has lasted for more than a decade. In the entertainment world, maintaining a group for years is not an easy matter. Many large groups are eventually divided due to different goals, changes in life priorities, or increasing industry pressure. But BTS has been known differently. Their strength doesn't just come from music. Their strength comes from relationships built through long struggles. They have faced times when no one is sure they will succeed. They used to stand on a small stage with a much smaller audience than now. They have experienced criticism, doubts, and pressure that may never be fully known to the public. And because they have been through all that together, the members understand something that may be difficult to explain with words. That BTS is not just a music group. BTS is a part of their lives. This is what makes the speculation about Jimin and Jungkook's conversation feel so emotional to the fans. Many ARMY imagine that in a quiet time, away from the camera and media spotlight, both of them might be talking about unrealized dreams. Maybe they are talking about a bigger reunion concert than before. Maybe they are talking about the songs they want to sing together when all the members get back together. Or maybe they are just talking about how it feels to see their journey from zero to become a global phenomenon loved by millions of people. It is possible that the conversation was filled with laughter. It is also possible that the conversation was filled with silence. Because sometimes, people who have gone through a long journey together do not always need many words to understand each other. One look is enough. Just one simple sentence is able to explain the feelings that have been kept for years. On the other hand, the fans also see that Jimin and Jungkook are in a unique position. They are members who grew up together from a young age. They witnessed each other's changes directly. They saw how small dreams slowly turned into amazing reality. Such a relationship cannot be built overnight. Such a relationship was born from thousands of days spent together, from exhausting exercise, from a painful failure, and from the promises that may only be known by themselves. Because of that, when the news came out that Jimin and Jungkook were secretly discussing the future of BTS, many fans did not see it as ordinary gossip. They see it as a picture of how valuable the group is to the members. As if, even as the world continues to move forward and life takes them in various directions, there is one thing that remains the center of their attention. That is BTS. That is the family they built together. It's a journey that changes their lives forever. And maybe that's the real reason that makes this story so touching the hearts of many people. Not because there is a big secret that is being hidden. Not because there is a surprising plan that has not been announced. But because in the midst of fame, international awards, and seemingly limitless success, Jimin and Jungkook are still considered as two best friends who care about the same thing. The future of dreams that they build with the other 6 members. A dream that has connected millions of people from various countries. A dream that made BTS's name remembered in the history of modern music. And a dream that, according to the fans' hopes, will continue for a very long time. Because in the end, what makes BTS special is not only their songs. It's not just records that they broke. Not even the magnificent stages that they have conquered. Instead of the bond that makes 7 people with different backgrounds still choose to walk together, even after the world gives them so many reasons to go their own way. And if one day the true story of Jimin and Jungkook's conversation is revealed, maybe the world will realize that the conversation is not about fame, not about money, and not about popularity.